Hey y'all, how you been? I know it's been a while since I've posted anything on YouTube. Been close to 4 months, I think, or maybe over 4 months now. Uh, got the bike back finally. Picked it up. Actually, I picked it up 2 weeks ago. This past Thursday. It's now Saturday, February 23rd of 2019. Uh, I almost had it in mid-January. The dealership that was doing the repair work on it called me up on a Tuesday morning and said that they'd just gotten all the pieces in. They got the saddlebag back from the paint shop and they were putting it all together and hoped to have it all done that afternoon or at the latest the next morning, Wednesday morning. So I made plans to go pick it up early Wednesday morning, hoping it would be done because I had to leave for work then on Wednesday afternoon, and that go around I was going to have to be at work for 3 weeks, where I normally do a week on, week off schedule. So I was going to be gone a little while. So they called me back later Tuesday afternoon. I thought, great, time to go get it. They called me back to say, well, in the process of putting things together, they realized that the hinge on the right saddlebag was bad and they needed to order a new hinge. So after all the repair work, all the front fairings, cowlings, all of that was cracked and broken when the guy ran into the bike, and it went over on the right-hand side. The saddlebag was scuffed and scratched and dinged, but it wasn't broken, and the insurance company would not replace it. They requested that the dealership, scuff, sand paint, sand paint, fill, prime, and repaint it. So they didn't notice the hinge being bad until they went to put it all back together. So that didn't really make me too happy, but in a way it was probably a good thing that it happened, because had I picked it up on Wednesday morning, I probably would have been really motivated to ride the bike to work for that 3 weeks stretch. And the weather those 3 weeks turned out to be really bad weather. A lot of rain, a lot of very cold, near freezing temperatures, which, we get days like that. We get a couple of weeks like that down here on the Gulf Coast of the U.S. So it wasn't anything to be unexpected, but I probably wouldn't have been really ready for it had I taken the bike to work for that stretch. So in a way, it worked out for the better. Anyway, so do the 3 week stretch, get home. They had it fixed by the time I got back. I picked it up. I didn't record the ride home when I picked it up. I wasn't really in the frame of mind to do any recording that day. I did take the long way home and enjoyed a good long ride with my knees in the breeze. Overall, I think they did pretty good work on it. The saddlebag, the paint isn't an exact match. I don't know that anybody else would notice it like I do. I mean, that kind of goes without saying. We all know our own machines, and we would notice the smallest little scuff or scratch that nobody else would even ever notice. So I think I can live with it, at least as long as it holds up. The weather, again, hasn't been great. It's been warmer. In fact, on Thursday it was 80 degrees. I had a Patriot Guard mission that I rode to on Thursday. And then it's been off and on. It's been really foggy here all along the Gulf Coast now for going on a couple of weeks. We've got more rain in the forecast today. In fact, here in a little while, I'll probably have to go throw the cover on the bike before the rains come in this evening. I did go out for a short little ride today. Yesterday, between rain showers, I took the time to install Tab Performance mufflers. I've got a 1.75 inch baffle in these new mufflers that gives it just a little bit of a deeper rumble than the stock mufflers did. The only slightest drawback is that there might be just a little bit of a popping now on deceleration. But I can live with that. On my V-Star, I had Cobra slip-ons on that, and they popped and backfired quite a bit. I never had it tuned. Didn't seem to affect the way the bike ran. Gas mileage was fine. This doesn't even pop as bad as that did, so I'm not too worried about having to retune it or have it remapped. I think I believe DynoJet just came out with some new mapping software for these. I'll let it go a while, see if I think it really needs it. I'm kind of the opinion that it's not serious enough to really need to be remapped, so I'll go with that. And then earlier today, so the mufflers were yesterday, and then today I installed ROX brand, ROX 2-inch risers, because I felt like my handlebar reach, I'm not real tall, I'm 5'8", I've got a 32-inch inseam. My reach, I felt like I was sitting just a little bit forward in the saddle on the longer rides, which wasn't, after 2 or 3 hours, isn't the most comfortable seating position. And several people have added these 2-inch risers to theirs and said it makes a big improvement. So I put them on mine, and yeah, a world of difference for me. Just that little bit extra pullback on the bars gives me a much more relaxed seating position. I really, really like it. So I did some recording. I recorded the stock mufflers yesterday with it running, and then just a few minutes ago I recorded with the new aftermarket mufflers installed. So hopefully you can hear the difference in the sound. To my ears, it's a very obvious difference. Like I said, it's a little deeper, a little more of a rumble to it, like I think all V-twins should sound. I don't know if that sound will be quite as obvious on the GoPro. Those aren't really optimized for audio. They do pretty good, but they probably don't catch the nuances in the sound difference. But I'll attach those on here, and then hopefully here within the next couple of weeks we'll get some more videos posted actually out on the road doing some riding. Now I am also looking at another new helmet. If you remember last year I did some shopping around. I ended up buying a Built brand Built brand modular helmet, full face modular. But the problem I have with that is the brow padding, the weight of the helmet, it tends to sit on my glasses, even my sunglasses, which are a little thicker frame. It puts a lot of pressure on the ridge of my nose, so not long into a ride it already starts to cause some pain. So I stopped at a Cycle Gear here in town. We have one local, and I tried on some different helmets, and I'm looking now at a Sedici brand 3/4 helmet with the face shield on it. The brow pad on it seemed a little higher, seemed to have a little more room, so I don't think it's going to be quite an issue. And the neat thing is it's a carbon fiber helmet, so it's actually considerably lighter than this other helmet was. So here in the next couple of weeks I may pick that up. It's a little bit pricier than what I would typically spend on a helmet. Everybody has their preferences. I actually tried on a Shoei. Those are probably high-end price for me. Unfortunately, it didn't fit very well. It was a little too tight, and if I went a size larger, then it was too loose. So the Sedici brand, that one seemed to fit just right. Wasn't loose, wasn't tight. It was comfortable. So we'll see if we go that route here in a couple of weeks. Anyway, good to finally be back on 2 wheels again. Y'all keep the shiny side up, ride safe. Peace and love.